For me, it is about the law and people. That is not a legal defense, let me tell you. And how people can resolve and better themselves.
Justice with passion.
I knew I was going to go into law because I always defended everybody. I was always the one who found a solution and tried to resolve the problem by having people talk to each other.
Justice with truth.
So I'm giving you one more chance to tell me the truth.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. And later.
Well, after that, I just said, please, you have to stop filming. And she refused to.
She said flat out no.
She flat out said, no, I am not going to stop.
Closed case coming up on Justice for All.
I wanted to record the lesson to make sure that, I remembered all the steps so that we could do the activity together at home.
Okay, but you knew you were not allowed to film.
Right.
Leanne Ames is suing Tessa Nolson in the amount of $1,000. Ms. Ames claims her phone was confiscated during Ms. Nolson's art class and says it was damaged while in the defendant's care. Ms. Nolson claims Ms. Ames is aware of her strict no videotaping policy and says it wasn't the first time the plaintiff was disruptive in her class.
Ms. Ames, what happened? How did the defendant break your phone?
So I've been in Tessa's art class for about a year now, and in the last class that I went to, she confiscated my cell phone, and while it was under her care, she dropped it and it broke.
You're an art teacher?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so tell me about your art classes, the group of classes.
Well, I teach art in parks, restaurants, different places. This particular day, we were out in the park, and unfortunately, she started filming in the class, and I asked her, please don't do that. It's against the rules.
And then just out of curiosity, why do you not allow students to record the class?
Well, primarily, the artwork, primarily in acrylic that I work with, is my artwork, and it's mine, and I'm very protective
your
of
technique,
it.
Right? You don't want anybody
And
to
I don't
copy
want-
your
yes.
technique. Okay. Did you know about the policy that you're not allowed to record the class?
So I did know about the policy, but the reason why I was recording the lesson in the first place was because my boyfriend, who had paid for the class, was supposed to come and he couldn't. So I wanted to record the lesson to make sure that, I remembered all the steps so that we could do the activity together at home.
Okay, but you knew you were not allowed to film.
Right.
Coming up.
Well, after that, I just said, please, you have to stop filming. And she refused to.
She said flat out no.
She flat out said, no, I am not going to stop.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Leanne Ames, who is suing Tessa Nolson for property damage.
So then what happened after that? Why don't you explain, Ms. Nolson?
Well, after that, I just said, please, you have to stop filming. And she refused to.
She said flat out no.
She flat out said, no, I am not going to stop.
How many times did you ask her to stop using the phone?
Probably 3 or 4 times, and it's unfortunate because I don't want to get like that in front of my students.
Your Honor.
And then what happened at the last time when you asked her to
She
put
said,
the
I'm
camera
putting
down?
it away. I'll put it in my pocket. I said, no, you have to leave.
And she left?
No, she wouldn't leave. She goes, no, I don't want to leave. Here, you take my phone. And that's how it became. And I took it, once again, giving her the benefit of the doubt so she could stay for the class.
Okay, and then what happened afterwards?
Well, towards the end of the class, getting everyone to leave was in one of my pockets, and unfortunately, in my movement, fell out of my pocket.
And the screen broke?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So is that correct, Ms. Ames? Is what she has said thus far what happened that day?
There's, I think, some key elements that she's missing. When she confronted me about filming and the policy and wanting me to stop, I explained what my situation was, and I offered, please let me stay. I really want to finish this class. I enjoy this class. I'll delete the footage, and that wasn't good enough. It was just, you have to leave, you have to leave. And so finally, I offered, okay, well, how about if you hold the phone for the rest of the lesson so it won't be a distraction? And so she agreed. But, when she stood up at the end of the class, after I had given it to her for her to take care of, she dropped it.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns.
There's no exception. I mean, you're not special. If you're taking an art class, if you're taking any type of school class, you have to abide by the rules. So by you could have really resolved this by asking her, hey, listen, my boyfriend, who's your student, he's not here. What can I do for him to do that? I'm sure Ms. Nolson would have maybe done a makeup class or something, but you assuming that it was okay because you were special is just not the right thing to do. I mean, I think there's a lot of common sense and a little bit more respect on your part that could have done. But here's the kicker, Ms. Nolson. You did take the phone. You didn't have to. You did take the phone. You were nice enough not to kick her out. I would have kicked her out. After 3 times, I have a 3-strike rule. After the 3rd strike, that's it. It's over. You should have just kicked her out. But you don't break rules. You understand what is right and wrong, and unfortunately you had possession over phone and it did break, so you assumed possession, so unfortunately under the law you're going to have to pay or reimburse her for the value of that new phone. So based on the evidence, I will grant the plaintiff's claim for $1,000, and good luck to you both. Next time follow the rules, Ms. Ames, okay? Thank you.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,000.
I didn't mean any disrespect, but I am glad that I got my money.
You can't just break the rules.